Hey there, fellow flight enthusiasts. Whether you're a seasoned aviation buff or just someone who loves to watch planes soar overhead, have you ever stopped to think about what really keeps those massive machines in the sky? When you gaze up and spot a giant airplane gliding effortlessly above, it's easy to wonder, how in the world does something so heavy manage to stay up there, defying gravity? Well, it's not magic, folks. It's pure engineering genius. And at the very core of this marvel is the aircraft engine, a true powerhouse of technology and innovation. Planes need engines for one simple but crucial reason: to move. Without engines, airplanes would just sit on the runway, going nowhere fast. Think about your car for a second. The engine under the hood gets you from point A to point B by turning fuel into motion. Aircraft engines do something similar, but on a much grander scale. They create what's called thrust. Thrust is just a fancy way of describing the powerful force that pushes an object forward. In airplanes, jet engines suck in air, mix it with fuel, and ignite it, blasting out hot gases at high speed to propel the plane ahead. But that's not all. In flight, thrust has to overcome drag, the resistance of air pushing back against the plane. At the same time, the wings generate lift, which is what actually keeps the plane up in the sky. It's a delicate balance of forces, all made possible by those powerful engines. Without engines, planes would be nothing more than expensive lawn ornaments, stuck on the ground and unable to fulfill their purpose of flight. Engines give planes the muscle they need to roar down the runway, lift off into the air, cruise smoothly at high altitudes, and land safely at their destination. Every phase of flight depends on that reliable, powerful push. So the next time you see a plane soaring through the clouds, remember the incredible engines working tirelessly behind the scenes. They're the unsung heroes making modern air travel possible, connecting people and places all around the world. The story of aircraft engines is a wild ride of innovation and ingenuity. It's a tale that stretches over a century, filled with daring inventors, bold experiments, and world-changing breakthroughs. From humble beginnings in dusty workshops to the cutting-edge labs of today, the journey of the aircraft engine is nothing short of extraordinary. It all started in the early 1900s, with pioneers like the Wright brothers. These two bicycle makers from Ohio dreamed of flight and set out to make it a reality, defying the odds and the skeptics of their time. They weren't just flying enthusiasts. They were also skilled mechanics and inventive problem solvers. The Wright brothers designed, built, and tested every part of their aircraft themselves, learning from each failure and improving with every attempt. They built their own engine, a relatively simple piston engine, to power the first successful airplane. This lightweight engine was a marvel for its time, providing just enough power to lift their fragile machine off the ground and into history. Piston engines ruled the skies for a few decades. They were reliable, but they had limitations. Speed, altitude, and power were all restricted by the technology of the day. Still, these engines helped aviation grow from a curiosity into a global phenomenon, connecting cities and continents. Then came World War II, and with it, a game-changer: the jet engine. The need for faster, higher-flying aircraft pushed engineers to think beyond the propeller, leading to the birth of the jet age. Jet engines were more powerful and efficient, opening up a new era of high-speed flight. Suddenly, crossing oceans in hours instead of days became possible, and the world felt smaller than ever before. The evolution didn't stop there. Engineers kept tinkering, refining, and inventing. Each decade brought new materials, smarter designs, and more efficient engines, pushing the boundaries of what aircraft could do. Today, we have incredible turbofan engines that power massive passenger jets and sleek fighter planes. These modern engines are quieter, cleaner, and more powerful than ever, making air travel safer and more accessible for millions. But the story's far from over. The future of aircraft engines is all about going green with electric and hybrid technology. Engineers and scientists are racing to create engines that are not only powerful, but also sustainable, ushering in a new era where flight is cleaner, quieter, and better for our planet. The adventure continues, and the sky is truly the limit. Just like there are different cars for different jobs, there are different types of aircraft engines, each with its own strengths. Let's meet the engine family. First up, we have the trusty piston engine. These are the oldest kids on the block, powering those iconic propeller planes. Then there's the jet engine family, with members like turbojets, turbofans, and turboprops. They use internal combustion to create powerful thrust, and they're all about speed. We can't forget about rotary engines, like the amazing Wankel engine. These engines are known for their compact size and smooth operation. And then there are the newcomers, electric engines. They're quiet, clean, and the future of aviation. Finally, we have the rock stars of the engine world, rocket engines. These powerful beasts use rocket propellant to create massive thrust, launching us into space. Engines might seem like magic, but they're really just clever machines designed to harness the laws of physics. At their core, engines are all about turning energy into motion. And in the world of aviation, that means creating enough force to lift a heavy airplane off the ground and keep it flying high above the earth. But how do they actually do it? Let's break it down and see what's happening inside these powerful machines. Let's take a peek under the hood of a couple of them, starting with the earliest engines and moving to the cutting edge of today's technology. The Wright brothers' engine, for example, was a simple piston engine. It worked by burning fuel inside metal cylinders, a process that released a burst of hot gas and energy. This hot, expanding gas pushed pistons up and down, and those pistons were connected to a crankshaft. As the pistons moved, they turned the crankshaft, which ultimately spun the propellers at the front of the plane. This chain reaction turned chemical energy from fuel into the mechanical energy needed to move the aircraft forward. It was like a well-choreographed dance of fire and metal, with every part working in perfect harmony. The rhythm of the pistons, the turning of the crankshaft, and the spinning propeller all combined to create the thrust that powered early flight. Now let's jump to the modern era and look at electric engines, which are changing the way we think about flight. Instead of burning fuel, these engines rely on powerful batteries and advanced electronics. These engines use electricity to power motors that spin propellers or fans, just like a remote-controlled car or a household appliance, but on a much larger and more sophisticated scale. The electric motor converts electrical energy directly into motion, making the process incredibly efficient. The best part? They do it without burning any fuel, which means there are no emissions, no exhaust, and almost no noise. Electric engines are incredibly clean and quiet, making them a promising solution for the future of sustainable aviation. Each type of engine has its own unique way of working, from the fiery explosions of early piston engines to the silent spin of electric motors. But no matter how different they seem, they all share the same goal: to create the powerful thrust that allows aircraft to defy gravity and soar through the skies, connecting people and places all around the world. Designing and building aircraft engines isn't for the faint of heart. It takes serious engineering muscle. That's where companies like Rolls-Royce, General Electric, and Pratt & Whitney come in. These companies are the rock stars of the engine world, constantly pushing the boundaries of what's possible. They employ some of the brightest minds on the planet, folks who eat, sleep, and breathe aerospace engineering. These engineers use cutting-edge technology and materials to create engines that are more powerful, efficient, and reliable than ever before. Their work is crucial to the aviation industry. Without these engine giants, we wouldn't have the incredible aircraft that connect our world today. Hold on tight, because the future of aircraft engines is about to get electrifying. As we all become more conscious of our environmental impact, the aviation industry is going green. Electric and hybrid engines are leading the charge. Imagine a world with quieter, cleaner airplanes. That's the promise of electric propulsion. Companies are already developing electric planes for short-haul flights, and hybrid engines, which combine the best of both worlds, are on the horizon. This is a thrilling time for aviation. We're on the cusp of a new era of flight, one that's both sustainable and spectacular. From the first sputtering piston engines to the sleek jet engines of today, aircraft engines have revolutionized our world. They've shrunk our planet, connecting people and cultures like never before. These incredible machines have made air travel possible for millions of people every day, allowing us to experience new places, connect with loved ones, and conduct business on a global scale. And they've spurred countless technological advancements that have benefited other industries. So the next time you're gazing up at a plane soaring across the sky, take a moment to appreciate the wonder of aircraft engines. They're not just machines. They're powerful symbols of human ingenuity and our endless quest to explore the skies and beyond.